matter what, no matter how difficult things get, no matter the level of frustration you experience, the challenges you face, or the concerns that bring themselves to your attention, there is one thing that remains constant, and that is your breath. Your breath breathes you. Take a second and notice it. Don't do anything different in your next breath, in and out. And again, allow yourself to be breathed by the next breath in and out. And one more time, notice how it takes no effort to have your breath breathe you. Now that you're aware and synced in with this breath, you can encourage a deeper experience in and out. No need to force anything. And again, encourage a deeper breath in and out. As you sync with your breath, acknowledge that breath is life. It always happens, no matter what. Even when you don't pay attention to it, it is still happening. It naturally flows in and out. There is never a time where it only flows one way. For every inhale, there is an exhale. You can think about it or not, and your breath goes on, just like life. In and out. This natural flow, this natural experience of giving and receiving doesn't come as natural for you sometimes. Sometimes you fight the natural flow of your life. There's an ancient, timeless intelligence that strings together all of existence. This intelligence breathes your human body and keeps it alive, whether you believe in it or not. This intelligence allows plants to bloom in the spring and wilt in the fall. This ancient intelligence allows the ocean to express itself in waves. It allows birds to migrate south for the winter. It allows bears to hibernate, and snakes to shed their skin without hesitation, without question. Everything in nature abides by this infinite intelligence, including your human perception of reality. You experience thoughts, feelings, and emotions that abide by this ancient wisdom every day. For the rest of this meditation, when I refer to you, I am referring to this ancient, timeless intelligence. When I say you, I am referring to your breath that breathes your body. When I refer to you, I am referring to your gut feelings, your true self, your authentic expression. You are infinite wisdom. You are the natural inhale and exhale, the blooming and the wilting. You have innate wisdom of how to express yourself in the human experience, just as birds know when to fly south, when bears know when to hibernate, and snakes know when to shed their skin. They don't make the choice on their own, just like you don't choose to breathe on your own. And every time a thought comes into your mind that attempts to control the natural flow, recognize that it is not the infinite wisdom that I refer to as you. I will suggest to you now that you only experience thoughts. You do not create thoughts, only experience them. There is an entity separate from the infinite intelligence that breathes your human body. This is called the ego. The ego is not intelligent enough to be timeless, and therefore is confined by the realm of space and time. The ego is something that you has adopted. It is something that you have learned, and it is separate from the real you. The ego attempts to tell the real you what to do and how to feel. The ego identifies what it wants to have and what you should do in order to have it. The ego does not signify how you should be. Just as a squirrel does not need to have nuts so it can be a squirrel, you do not need to have anything from the outside to be yourself. The tree does not grow and bloom and bear fruit because it wants to be a tree, but because it is a tree, it naturally grows and naturally bears fruit. This is the natural flow of you, and every attempt to do and to have is the ego distracting you from being you. I want you to remember now what it is that you already know to be true about yourself. Allow your body to be breathed by your breath again, and remember, there is nothing your ego needs to think of because you have already created everything that is needed. What is the truth about the infinite intelligence that expresses itself through your body? What do you already know to be true about yourself? What is it that your ego is looking for that you already have? The ego will never be satisfied. It thrives by being incomplete, and it will always identify what it wants and what to do. That is not what I'm asking you now. I'm not asking the truth about what you need to do or what you need to have. I'm asking who you are. I'm asking you to experience yourself in this moment. The truth about you is that you will never need to do or have anything in order to be complete. You already are complete. You always have been. You always will be. All your preferences for foods, your favorite color, the things you find funny, the music you enjoy, these are all a part of you. Think of the things you're naturally drawn to, the feelings you naturally enjoy. Remember that these are not things you do or have, but they are expressions of you. The experiences that are the most enjoyable to you are because your ego is not there. They are the experiences when you feel like time flies, where you can be in this state for a whole day and it feels like only an hour went by. You experience this because that's who you are. Remember that you are timeless and you are infinite. Think of the experiences when you are so in the zone that you don't even remember your name. It doesn't even matter. That's because there is no ego present. You are experiencing yourself exactly as you are. Remember the experiences that fill you up so much where you can't even think anymore, and you can't even imagine where you were before you came, where you will be after. The experiences where you are completely satisfied and blissful. The ego is nowhere to be found in this experience because the ego is never satisfied. The experiences that feel timeless and selfless are the true expression of you. When you are in these spaces, you are experiencing infinite wisdom. Timeless intelligence is available to your human experience. This is the real you. This is where you comes to play. This is where you already know you belong. This is your natural state. Just as breath doesn't try to breathe your body, when you are in this state, you don't try. You just are. Remember who you are in these states, and remember that there is infinite wisdom available to you. There is infinite you available. When you feel frustrated, when you experience challenge, when you experience concern, it is your worldly experience of the ego. Whenever you feel incomplete, whenever you feel lost, when you feel like you aren't good enough, remind yourself of how the ego lives. The reason it is alive is because it is incomplete. Your ego will never be good enough, and it will never be satisfied. Whenever you experience a thought of what you need to do or what you need to get, remember that it is only your ego that has a need to do and to have. The true, infinitely wise you never needs to do anything to be complete. It never needs to have anything to be satisfied. Remember that you can fully experience yourself anytime you wish. You don't need anything. You are complete. You are whole. You are enough. You are you. You are you. You are natural. You are breath. Experience yourself. Breathe in.